Studies show that money gets spent and then it's gone. There's very little lasting value to money. Now, don't think I'm saying that money is not a good motivator, because would we show up if we didn't get a paycheck? I mean, I don't think many of us here volunteer for this job. But a real tell, I went to a speaker a couple of years ago, and they said something that has really stuck to me. If you won the lottery tomorrow, would you show up to work on Monday?
I see some. Aww.
Maybe
okay.
Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday. You might take a day off. Okay, well, we'll give you
the guy behind Jim.
Day off.
You get a book. The guy behind Jim. You don't know who you are, but well, you know who you are. You get the new 1 Minute Manager, because he's saying yes, absolutely. He would show back up the next day. Thank you, Jeffrey. He would show up the next day because he's passionate about what he does, just as Leon was passionate.
That's it.
How about this? I have to confess, our company still does annual performance reviews, and only 14% of people feel that the performance reviews motivate them. And I have a feeling that 14%, it's because they get the biggest raise and the most praise. The ones who don't feel their raise is enough, they're the other 86%. Matt.
What was that quote you were telling me about results and monitoring results from an annual viewpoint?
If you want to make change, if you look at things daily, you get daily results. If you look at things annually, you get annual results. You want to look at things daily because you implement real change that way. And you can see this one was for management companies and maintenance people. Almost half do that annual review thing. And I think it's kind of coincidental that 14% feel they get something, motivating from their performance reviews, and 14% also coincidentally get daily and weekly reinforcement or praise or acknowledgement. I was at a session the other day that said you need to give feedback ongoing. Otherwise, when you get to your performance review, you might hear about something that happened 9 months ago that, like, we're keeping a list, like Santa Claus, only it's a bad list. and so you bring up something that really, that person's already corrected, or you've made the course correction, and you're kind of bringing it up and giving them a little spank over it. They don't even remember it. Give that follow-up and that feedback ongoing, and you can implement change, and you can help a good employee be an even better employee.
Definitely. When Mary and I started putting this session together, we got to talking, and over several phone calls, we were discussing things in our history and that. And her company does something that's really, really cool. They ask what incentive the employees would like.
It's kind of low-tech, but...
When they're hired, and these are just copies of the sheets, but when somebody is hired as a part of the onboarding process, they voluntarily fill out, what's your favorite snack food? What stores do you like to shop at? What do you like to do in your spare time? And it's completely voluntary. We're not going to go into all the HR stuff or whatever, because this is so cool. Why don't we just ask?
And then once we know, be intentional about surprising somebody with something off their list. Not just when they've done something well, but we have a weekly manager report that I am passionate about. It was due at 10 this morning, so we'll be sending a reminder email out. We love that report because the managers actually tell us what happens every day at their property for that week. Not everything, and some people use it differently, but we know then that Matt turned several apartments that week. So we can send a little note and a little gift card to wherever Matt likes and just thank him for extra stuff. We can surprise people. We send thank you notes to their homes, and it starts really with Tom, my business partner, and mean squeeze. He sets a great example because he taught me to send notes to people's homes so their family know how awesome they are and get to respect them as well. Not just to send them a note at work, but send them something at home. So we try to do little random acts where, like our team at home that's keeping things going at our home office, we left them treats there off their list. And so they're getting fat while we're here.
The new fitness plan starts next week, is that what it is?
Oh yeah, we're supposed to be implementing wellness, but it's from the top, and you need all your team members both to be recognized, but also to have the power to recognize their own team members. Maintenance guys, guys and gals, how many of you have been thanked in a meaningful way by your manager recently? Hey, that's pretty good.
Keep your hand up if that thanks came from a higher level, like a regional.
Oh, cool.
What about even higher up in the corporate suite in the office?
Oh, y'all,
That's
great.
fantastic. You see, what this ends up working in, yes, we're focusing on the maintenance operation at the site level, but the reality is that saying, a rising tide raises all boats. If our maintenance operation at the site level gets better, then we have the ability as a corporation, as a company, as an organization to get better. Chad Mullen, Director of Maintenance Training, he instituted a very active and vigorous preventative maintenance program 3 years ago. And he kept detailed statistics for it. At the end of the first year, work orders were cut by 9.5% and the average turnaround time was 43%. That's at the maintenance level. But how well do you think it looks when he can go to his president with hard numbers, not just statistics that were made up, hard numbers, and say, look, because our maintenance staff are being given the time to perform preventative maintenance, we cut down service requests by 10%. 1 in 10 service requests that we had last year, we don't have anymore. Not only that, we're able to fix and complete service requests almost half as fast. And he's got the numbers to back it up. As a matter of fact, Chad is the only manager, the only maintenance operator I have ever spoken with that has any hope of ever coming to an answer of how long should it take to do X, Y, Z at any given property, because he's got the numbers. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's how we end up having this. And don't forget the fact, outside of the corporate suite, we still have Schneider. Yeah, I know. That's another reference that takes a little while to get back to. You know, modern maintenance technician. Okay, fine. Let's go to a little bit more modern.
So what we're saying is there are two incredibly important benchmarks we need as an industry to focus on first. You can't do everything. Remember we said earlier, there are all these things we want to study. Start with how long it takes to complete the work order.